address it when we get
Let's all please
to-
stand for the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Everyone bow your head, please. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we come before you this afternoon just asking for your guidance in the activities here this afternoon as we attempt to conduct the business of this fine city, Father. We just ask that you would give us your wisdom and your discernment, Father, in all of our actions, all of our words, and everything that we do today. We ask everything we ask in the blessed name of Jesus, the only name that's worthy. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Right. Roll call. Establish quorum.
Here.
Two's here.
Three's here.
At large is here.
4's here.
Five's here. Six is present.
Let it be known everybody's here. All right, next item, we're going into public hearing.
No, I'm sorry. Could I have an agenda? Sorry, go ahead.
That's fine. Can I get a motion to open the hearing for 112 Pirate Avenue?
Second.
Motion and second. Emma, would you please read it?
You need them?
Notice of hearing was posted on subject property 112 Pirate Avenue, Long Beach, Mississippi, on January 14th, 2026, by zoning enforcement officer Dale Stogner, and mailed via certified mail on January 9th, 2026, to Holtz Property LLC, 3820 Orleans Avenue, New Orleans, Louisiana, 70119. Notice was undelivered.
Thank you. Is there anyone here to talk to the hearing for 112 Pirate Avenue? Anybody here?
For or against?
For or against? All right, with nobody here, can I get a motion to close the public hearing?
I'll make a motion that we close.
Second.
A motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Motion, pleasure of the board.
Motion to adjudicate. Second.
We got a motion second to adjudicate. Any
Just discussion. So I guess just for clarification for me, when we have and I can't see if there's a slab there, I don't know.
There is.
There is, okay. When you have an empty lot that becomes forest again or grows back up, is that, where do we see that? I mean, if it's got a slab, I get that. So,
I don't think you personally, and I've kind of dealt with this in my ward because I did have a resident bring, well, I'm letting it go back to its natural state. Well, that's
once
not-
it's cleared, it's cleared.
Well, exactly. And,
Okay.
you know, the neighbors are cutting their grass. They live there. A lot
I'm
of
just
these-
looking for clarification where we're thinking.
With these people from out of town owning lots, you know, that's their
Especially in
right.
subdivisions like.
But they're not
Fair
driving
enough.
by it every day, and they're not living next to it. So, I mean, there's a lot of them south of the track still that need to come under compliance.
All right,
Perfect.
Any
Thank you.
further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Next one, I'd like to open up the hearing for 108 Pirate Avenue.
Motion.
Got a motion? Got a second? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Can you spread the
Minutes.
words, minutes across the minutes, please?
Notice of hearing was posted on subject property 108 Pirate Avenue, Long Beach, Mississippi, on January 14th, 2026, by zoning enforcement officer Dale Stogner, and mailed via certified mail on January 9th, 2026, to Kurt and Cynthia Marie Davis, 4808 West 35th Avenue, Denver, Colorado, 80212. Notice was undelivered.
All right, so do we have anybody here for or against the 108 Pirate Avenue to speak? Anybody else here to talk? Okay, can I get a motion to close the hearing?
Motion.
Second.
Got a motion and a second, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, can I get the pleasure of the board?
Motion to adjudicate.
Second.
Got a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Public comments, Mario, I think it's on containers. Is Mario here? Yeah, oh,
Yes.
okay. Ariel, if you want to come up and state your name and address, and come on up to the microphone, please, sir.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Mario Fiola. My address is 630 West Railroad. And I have two commercial properties that have containers on them. One is on the college building on Klondike, and the other one is on Railroad. And I utilize those for the business, and the college utilizes the ones on Klondike. We painted them the color of the building so they match. I know there's a lot of controversy both ways, but our deal is with security and theft, they're very secure. And they don't blow over in the wind, or I shouldn't say that after Hurricane Katrina. But in most cases, they're stable, and we just try and keep their appearance looking good, but it's something that we really need in our industry.
Yes, sir.
I'll say, so we actually have this on the agenda to talk about a little later, about giving a leeway on commercial property while we work on the ordinance.
Okay.
We're going to issue some permits for a year
Okay,
while we rework the ordinance.
thank you. That would be very helpful. And thank you for your understanding.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you
Thank you.
joining the meetings.
Oh, I'll be here. Thank you, sir.
All right. Next one is Raymond DeFlavis, addressing, I think it's the resignation of the library board. Please state your name and address.
Raymond DeFlavis. I tried to speak 3 weeks in a row about the fireworks ordinance, but haven't been able to. And you'll be happy to know I haven't come here like some other residents to beg for something like some English peasant in front of magistrates. As far as the library goes, for small towns, it's a colossal expense and a waste of money. It's labor expensive. A lot of big salaries. Nobody uses them anymore. They're a waste of time. They're just outdated. Especially for a town with no sidewalks and narrow roadways. I'm embarrassed to invite anybody to Long Beach. No sidewalks? I saw sidewalks in third world countries. I think it's a bad rule you have about having to make a special appointment to talk about issues like, say, fireworks and noncompliance. Not one arrest on December 31st. Not one citation.
You're going to have to keep it to the library. That's what you're up
Thank you
there
very
for.
much.
You're welcome. Next, announcements, presentations, and proclamations. We have a great dedication tonight to Mr. College. If y'all weren't able to attend the unveiling of the plaque that we were able to put up for Mr. College down at our Harbor House, I couldn't think of a person who's more deserving of having the college, having the Harbor House named after him. He's been there for as long as I can remember, and I think it's an honor, and I'm honored to be able to, along with this board, to name that building after you. So I would love to come up and take a picture of you with the proclamation, and if you'd like, you can say a few words. Oh, and Emma, would you please read the proclamation, please?
Whereas Daniel F. College began working at Long Beach Harbor in July 1977 and for more than 2 decades served as the City of Long Beach with dedication, professionalism, and pride. And whereas Danny spent countless hours ensuring the safety and operation of Long Beach Harbor, supporting our boating and fishing community, and protecting one of our most valuable assets. And whereas Danny retired as harbor master on June 30th, 1999, with 22 years of service at Long Beach Harbor and a total of 25 years credible service. And whereas because of individuals like Danny College, the Long Beach Harbor has the strong foundation on which it stands today. And whereas it is an honor to place the plaque on the Long Beach Harbor Master Building on January 28, 2026, dedicating the building to Danny College for his many years of service and dedication to both the city of Long Beach and to the Long Beach Harbor. Therefore, Mayor Timothy I. Pierce of the city of Long Beach, Mississippi, on behalf of himself and the Board of Aldermen and our entire community, do hereby thank Danny College for his service, his sacrifice, and his dedication by recognizing the Harbor Master Building dedicated to Danny College, January 28, 2026.
And I have to say, I want to thank Pete McGooey for bringing this up, because Pete made a good point. A lot of times when we dedicate things to people, they're no longer around to enjoy it. Danny is doing great, and it's good to know that, he knows how much we care about him. So I appreciate you, Pete.
Thank you, sir.
All right, next thing is, let's see, approve, we have any amendments to the municipal docket?
I do have one. Under new business, number 12, I'd like to discuss water valve locations.
Okay. Can I have a motion?
I'll second his motion.
Any discussion? For those of you who aren't aware, we had a busted pipe yesterday, and tell you, you got to thank your public works people, because they were out there till late last night in waist-high water, so, and I think the individual was Stephen. I'll never forget it. He was down there in that water trying to cut that pipe, so they go out of their way to help the city and make sure that our water stays clean.
Mayor,
Yes?
may I request that you amend the docket to add number 13 under new business to consider a resolution for participation in the Harrison County Library System?
Yes, sir.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Passes.
That's 13, correct?
Huh?
That's
13.
Yes, sir.
13, correct?
13, yes. Repeat that title on, that was the resolution for the Harrison County.
Consideration of participation of the Long Beach Library into the Harrison County Library System.
Perfect, okay. All right, now can I have a motion to approve the minutes of January 20th, regular session?
Motion.
Second.
Discussion.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mayor, I just noticed when I was reading the minutes on the Planning Commission, on page 25, I noticed that there was a,
We're on mayor and
Yeah,
board.
not-
Mayor, I'm sorry,
Yeah, we'll get that.
Go ahead.
We'll come up to that one next.
apology.
All right, any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next item is the approve the January 27th work session. Can I have a motion?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Now we're at the Planning Commission. Can I have a motion to approve the Planning Commission minutes of January 22nd?
Motion.
Got a motion?
Second.
Second. Any discussion?
Discussion. Mr. Mayor, I apologize for jumping the gun there, but I just noticed, reading the Planning Commission minutes on page 25, I noticed that we had the election for chairman and vice chairman. I'm not trying to make any issues or anything. I just noticed that it was done with paper ballot or secret ballot. Just for, to consistent, I think in the past that these have always been done in open. I would ask that maybe that the Planning Commission consider keeping it consistent and maybe doing in the future open balloting. I think it's good for transparency. And again, I don't think I'm not trying to, say there's any improprieties or anything that was done wrong, but I'd just like to see that done in the open in the future.
All right. Any other discussion?
Mr. Mayor, I'm going to make a secondary motion that we approve, but we pull out the 0 West Fifth Street, the approval on the 0 West Fifth Street property approval.
0 West. Is that,
It's under unfinished business.
okay.
Finished business.
I'll second your motion.
All right. Any other discussion?
No, you're still good.
All right, any other
Your
discussion?
motion's still good.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. Mayor, at a point in time, I would say 6 to 8 months, don't quote me on the time frame, but it was previous administration. I made a point myself to say I would not vote for any more residential in high-density commercial areas. It seems to cause problems. It doesn't seem. It does cause problems for cities in the long run, not necessarily for the first developer, but down the road, that I would not vote against those, and hence, I'm making a motion that we deny that approval. And to give you examples, I'll give you, the biggest example that I can tell you now is if anybody in the crowd or on the board has been to, let's say, the Ugly Pirate in Bay St. Louis. It's a bar and pizza joint. Well, when they started operation, we're in business 5-6 years. Across the street was an empty lot. A couple from out of state, and we're not going to say where, built a quote-unquote retirement home to come and retire. Well, they ended up suing the commercial business that was there before them because of noise, people, daily operation, and it became a major issue. My point is, I'm not saying this project's going to be bad, but I said from there I would not vote for residential in a high-density commercial area, and that's where my motion is coming from.
So you're
My
not
motion
going along
is,
with the planning
correct.
commission.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Any other discussion on that?
I will say, I completely agree and understand where you're coming from. From my standpoint, I supported this development from the start, so I'm going to continue supporting it, because to my recollection, I agreed to not allow any more residential and commercial after this one began.
Understand.
So for that reason, I'm going to vote to support it, but moving forward, I'm not opposed to making them follow the commercial guidelines.
And that's totally fine. I made a statement at that point in time. If we're looking at planning and development in a city, you only have so much commercial area. You can't go and create any more commercial area out there.
I agree.
So, and that's just where I personally stand on it.
Any other?
Mayor, did his
discussion?
motion get a second? Did
Sir?
Donald's, did
Yeah, we
you?
had a motion and a second.
Okay.
We're in discussion now. So I think the motion is to deny, to just go against the planning
Deny the project.
commission's recommendation. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Nay.
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 Aye.
Nay.
Nay. Nay.
Motion carries. That we do uphold the, all right, so
It-
now
it's-
let's
it-
do a motion to.
I'm sorry, Mr.
approve.
Mayor,
No, it is.
No, it's
the
approved.
motion failed?
My motion
Failed.
failed.
But it wasn't a part of the original that we approved, so
Okay,
now we have to
so
go back in.
I make a motion to approve the plan as submitted.
All right, so we got a motion? Second. We got a second, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries.
Why did I vote aye? Sorry, correction, I was on aye, nay.
Just a unanimous.
No, it was not.
All right, the next one is approved docket of claims.
think I did the same thing.
02036 and 023020326A. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
Quick discussion for our clerk. Emma, has that got the insurance payment in there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir,
The A
that's-
takes care of it?
Yes, sir, that takes care of
Okay,
it.
just want to make sure that we're not missing it.
Yes, sir.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. The next one is an appeal to the tree removal. Mr. Joseph?
Mr. Mayor, I need to, a newly acquired piece of property is going to actually, I'm going to ask to be recused from this due to the fact that I own property directly north of this property, and I just acquired it.
Okay,
So to keep any clarity out of it, I'm going to recuse myself from the vote.
all right, show Alderman Frazier recusing himself. All right, so they're here to appeal the tree board's recommendation. So can I have a motion?
Motion.
Hang on, we got a motion? Second. Now we got discussion, and we'll let you talk. I guess I know you're here on,
I don't have to talk if you don't want me to.
well, I mean, it might help your chances if you do.
Okay. Sorry I wasn't here last time. You know, we just had a newborn baby girl about 10 days ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you. This tree is causing damage to the existing sewer lines, the existing home that's on the property. And it's cost the previous owner, I've actually had to repair it also, the water main and the sewer. But we plan to develop the property, but this tree kind of constrains, basically we cannot develop the units the best way possible for this parcel with that tree where it is. And we'd like to remove it. We're gonna replant, re-landscape. If you're familiar with our other development behind what's now Chappie's, you'll know the Winter Garden, you know, we take pride in our landscaping and trees, but there's also, you know, the feasibility of the project is a small piece of property, and it's expensive to put the infrastructure in. I think you all know how much infrastructure costs because you pay for it constantly. So to minimize the expense to the owners down the road, we would like to have, you know, utilize the property to its full potential. Also, I know that there was some discussion about the amenities, you know, removing the amenities from the property, the pickleball court and the pool. And I don't think that's really feasible for our development. It's not something that I look forward to doing. I don't think that anybody down the road that purchases a piece of property would, you know, I think everybody would want a pickleball court or a pool, especially if we replant, you know, more trees. It's not gonna be desolate, like somebody said previously. And that's, also, there's a tree that's behind the existing church that's actually growing into the church. That's right, there's trees around the property, like I said, and we're gonna replant. And I hope that you guys take this into consideration. The property around it is kind of desolate. I don't know if you have an idea of the area. We're trying to make it nice and bring it up to the City of Long Beach vision. So, and before they were talking about not allowing multifamily or residential and commercial areas. I think that the plans before in 2007 or 2006, they adopted the SMART code. I don't know if you guys go by that, but it would be nice to know. I think that's not a good path, but, you know, obviously I was a little too late.
Does anybody have any questions?
I just want clarity, Mayor. The tree board, I'm wondering where the disconnect is, because the tree board went out and did a review. This gentleman claims damage apparently has occurred that he's had to mitigate. But I see nothing in the tree board's notes that indicate that that was even addressed upon inspection. So I'm just wondering where the disconnect is.
Well, obviously the piping is underground, so like intertwined in the roots of the tree. So they didn't see that, obviously. And nobody addressed it because I wasn't here, so.
Any other discussion? Now, what I'll need is a motion to either uphold.
I'll move that we uphold the application or uphold the ruling of the Planning and Development Commission.
Do not allow the tree to be
Correct.
cut down. All right, so we have a motion to disallow the tree to be cut down. Do I have a second?
Second.
We got a second. Any discussion on the motion?
How did we determine that the the roots were damaging the pipes? Is there actually somebody that went and run a camera through there? I mean, how do we know?
No, nobody's ran a camera through there, but you can see, where the water and sewer line is next to the tree. And the pipes to the existing house, that's there.
I'm familiar with the house. I had a distant relative lived there years ago, so I'm familiar with what you're talking about. I'm curious, but we've had issues in the past with tree situations that have bit us in the rear. I just want to make sure our due diligence is done on making sure that everything is what it's supposed to be.
You're saying that there's damage in the lines to the existing house. For this development, are you removing the existing house?
I might, yes.
Because I don't see the existing house on these plans.
I might remove the house, to develop that property, or I could leave the house there, so.
Looking at the plans, I don't see where the actual house is located, where the line's coming from to the house.
Lines are coming from right near the tree. They come from Klondike Road and they run all through all those properties. To the property and the parcel on the back.
Tree board, right?
City sewer and water connection is right next to the tree. Where all the roots are. Trees in the way.
Tree board. Is there anybody on the tree board here that can speak to it, Tim?
I'd like to make a substitute
Hold on
motion.
one sec. So, my only thing is on the application for the tree removal, it says, tree is in the way of construction.
Nothing about damage.
No, that's all it said. My thoughts on this, we have a unanimous decision by the tree board and the planning commission, okay? What do we have a tree board and a planning commission for? They advise us, but I strongly recommend that we adhere that and stand behind our people that went to the field and looked at the situation.
All right,
And
so,
Tim, I didn't mean to cut you off, I apologize.
No, I agree. I don't see enough evidence here to overturn their decision without more information. So I'm in agreement with you.
Also, I'm gonna say something else. Is it, in the city ordinance, I did read that you're allowed to clear your property if it's residential. So currently, the property is residential. Another,
You're not able to take protected trees without a
okay.
permit.
I didn't read that in the ordinance in that
No, they're covered.
particular paragraph, so.
certain size oak trees are protected. All right, any further discussion? We have a motion on the floor. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Planning Commission is upheld. Yeah, you can let him back in. Next one is discussion on the downtown revitalization grant. Courtney?
No.
No,
This is number 2.
storage containers.
Let's go back up one. We're going to talk about storage containers, permits. I think it was a cleanup from work session.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Mr. Mayor, the last Tuesday night, we had a work session regarding storage containers within the city. And I believe it was the agreement of the board, even though we couldn't take any action, that while we work on this ordinance, doing corrections or potential changes, that we allow people to come into the building department and fill out an application for a temporary permit at no cost while we make these changes to the ordinance.
Can you
But
add-
to clarify, this is only for existing?
only for-
storage
Existing,
containers.
yes, sir, yes, sir.
I think
And-
we.
And
also
what did we
decided
put
that
as
there
far
was
as
a
the
date,
time
like
frame?
They have 30 days to come in and register it.
Yeah, it's going to give them the 60 days from tonight.
So 60 days from tonight is from, I guess from tomorrow forward is 60 days to make an application for, and what was, for existing, but what was the time frame we agreed on?
1 year is what I thought.
1 year?
Whatever the maximum allowed by the
Okay.
ordinance.
Yeah.
due to the fact that even if we approved a new ordinance tonight, it would take 60-plus days for it to go into effect. I'll make that motion for 1 year.
One more thing, this is specifically for commercial properties, correct?
Correct.
Well, I was,
No,
I think we discussed existing containers now.
Yeah, it was
And
all
then we really just dove in on the commercial side, but I think if you have one now, I think we addressed the fact that whether it be residential and commercial, and then we look at the entire ordinance, starting, tonight from this meeting forward.
All right, so we have a motion on the floor.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, just one more point. I think we have to be absolutely certain that we notify the public adequately on the city's webpage, on Facebook, or whatever, that we don't want anybody to be blindsided because we didn't know they had 60 days.
Correct. To submit their application
Oh,
for
your
a permit.
application, yes.
And that's at no cost.
All right, we'll take care of that.
Means of notifying the public. Not everybody has social media.
And we don't know who has them and who don't. That's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
I think we have a good list.
And then we have a text alert that we only use in emergency.
Well, hold on now.
I think we have a
Wait,
good list
guys.
of,
Guys, real quick, with our updated water bills, a message can be typed on our water bills because that is something that we do with FEMA. So notification can go out in every water bill notice.
Is that a motion?
Yes, ma'am.
Motion to include it on every water bill?
Water bill.
Can I get a second?
That's my motion.
Second.
Timmy seconded it.
All right, we got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Now we're gonna go to downtown revitalization grant. Courtney?
Yes, I've given y'all some information that should be in front of y'all. I do have an extra if you're missing one. I verified the numbers with Brittany, so you'll see how much money we have left over in the grant at the top. And I am proposing to do 2 different projects to spend the money on, and you'll see those listed as well as quotes inside it. And after that, you'll see the expenses and the remaining on there as well. I'm just looking to see if y'all are interested in this and moving forward.
I'll make a motion to move forward.
And
with
then I'll
this
come back with a
project.
few other ideas and spend the
We got
rest
a
of it.
motion, we got a second. Any discussion? I think they're good projects. I
think
it's
so.
well spent. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was just looking at the thing, it said all sales orders require 50% non-refundable deposit. Can we give deposits? I don't think we can give
No,
deposits.
they can't. And so all of these companies, one of them we've ordered from before, the other ones I've gotten recommendations from other cities. So they've worked with cities before and they know the whole process, yeah.
Okay, good point.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Next one's special event, yoga in the park. Courtney,
Motion.
I got a motion.
Make it easy for you.
Do I have a second?
I'll second, even though I can't bend over and touch my toes.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed. We have another special event for Radish Festival. That's something we had a while back. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Second, any discussion?
Just say it's on April 18th from 9 to 2.
Yep.
It's a good
All in
deal. I'm
favor?
glad we brought that.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Next one is, we got 2 resignations with the Library School Board. Can I get a motion
Have
to
them together?
accept the 2 resignations?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
I'd just like to thank both of them for their dedication to the library. They did a lot of work over the years and
Agreed.
did not go unnoticed.
Yep, I do appreciate. All right, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. The next one is use of barricades on July 4th to the Mississippi Aquarium. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. The next one is the bait shop repairs. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Motion, second, discussion.
Yes, I brought to all of y'all's attention, the bait shop has some bad floor damage. And according to our lease with them, we're responsible for all repairs over $500, which this is definitely gonna go over $500. But at the pleasure of the board, I would like to have David draft up some, just quick few little specs on the thickness of the wood to repair the floor, the type of doors that go in. That way we can reach out to some contractors and get some numbers to bring back to us.
Also, keep in mind, they've always, even though it's a $500 cap that they're responsible, they've always paid for everything. They've never cost us anything.
We have not spent a penny since they've taken over that lease. So
David?
that would be my motion.
David, I would hope we'd have marine plywood.
I think we need some.
David?
Sir.
Okay.
Understood.
If not,
Right.
come in with.
Man, look, no, I'm out of this. I don't know.
So Donald has a good question. Is there anyone that can write those requirements instead of having to pay our engineer to do it?
I don't do building, so I don't want to get into.
Hey, I'll second your
I
motion.
feel like,
Right,
I feel like if you just have a contractor come, when you go to bid the job, you
We're
bid it as a new floor and let the contractors.
We're not doing a full bid process. We're just going to reach out for numbers. And I don't want one contractor coming in pricing half-inch plywood with the other doing marine grade 3/4 inch plywood.
Yeah.
The numbers don't work and we end up with not a good quality product.
We could ask them to be very descriptive on your bids. So that
We're also specking out the
understand.
subfloor as well as the floor.
All the what now?
We're also having to spec the
Subfloor and floor.
subfloor and the floor, so it's not gonna be just the plywood, it's gonna be the base floor under that as well.
I think the easiest way to do it is just to have them replace what is currently there. That
What's
makes
currently
sense.
there only lasted 3 years. They replaced a large section of it 3 years
Take that
ago.
back.
Yeah, we don't want to do it again.
That's why I think it'd be a good idea to get it, have somebody that knows what they're
All right,
doing.
it's a pleasure of the board. Do y'all, the request is to have our engineer to develop the requirements.
Cheat us fairly.
Got a motion?
That cheat us fairly.
We got a motion, do we have a
Cheat us
second?
fairly.
I'm sorry.
I'll second it. I'll second it.
So with, all in favor? All opposed, motion carries.
It's funny.
Can we put a comment spot there?
Well, hey, we got some.
It lasts forever.
No, I just throwing
let's
that out
see.
there.
Next one is veto dumpster ordinance. I have put forth a veto for the dumpster, and with help from our city attorney, there was a lot of discussion went on. Steve, if you'd like to just talk about what you uncovered.
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor. And looking into the matter and the way in which it was brought to the board, simply at a request of the tenant, the board took action that legally and procedurally needed to be forwarded to the board from the planning commission, actually. And on review and discussion with board members individually and the mayor, what my recommendation was is that if it is the pleasure and will of the board that the veto stand, that we allow the tenant, and in the meantime, I will add as well that the city, the administrators, the code office, the mayor, as well as some aldermen have met with the tenant and waste management, and there seems to be a very plausible solution to the dumpster issue, which the parties are willing to try to give an opportunity to work. In the event that solution is unsuccessful, the tenant will have the right to file for the relief he sought before the board through a hardship request to the planning commission. Then that would be properly forwarded to the board where you would have the legal authority to act on that request. So that was my recommendation procedurally, how that action, whatever you take at that time might be.
Any further discussion?
So real quick, Steve, as far as procedural,
Yes, sir.
and strictly, so we do this correctly, the veto does not need to be voted on. It just is received by the board, correct?
That's correct. If you take no
So there's-
action on the veto,
It stands.
It stands.
Okay.
And the tenant then has the opportunity to avail himself of this solution that the parties have worked with him to try to resolve the issue. And if he's dissatisfied or the board is dissatisfied, he still has the relief to go and request under the hardship provision of the land use ordinance the planning commission to give him the relief, which would then be properly before the board to take the action that you see fit.
Okay, so if you don't mind, I'm going to explain what happened procedurally and moving forward. So at the previous meeting, Mr. Wayne came in looking for help. I made a motion to grant a variance. And at that point in time, because back in 2009, I received a variance for this dumpster, I thought that was the procedure that needed to be done. Because this is not under the land use ordinance, a variance cannot be granted. So at that point in time, I made a motion out of our purview, and rightfully so, it was out of line, so the veto should stand. Now, under the discussion, Mr. Wayne has the right to request a hardship under our rules, but giving us time to work with alternative means through the mayor's office and to remedy a solution. I think I covered it.
Yes, sir.
So.
And
All right,
he would have the proper avenue to request a hardship that is provided for in our land use ordinance. And based on the planning commission's actions, then it would be ripe.
Then it would be
come
taken
before
up
this
under the
board
meeting.
Where you could act on it.
With the approval or denial.
That's correct.
Part of that was based on the results that come back from Waste Management. If it is a solution, we're going to let them do it for a period of time. If that solution works, then there won't be a grounds for hardship,
That's
per
correct.
se, but we'll wait until,
And the tenant, based on this attempt to work out a solution, is also going to be given adequate time from the municipal court, which he is under deadline
Yes, sir.
to get in compliance. He's going to be given adequate time by the municipal court to either see if this solution with the Waste Pro Services in the city is workable, or to work its way through the proper procedure of the planning commission and the board.
good, all right, thank you.
And Steve, yeah, that's, what he just brought up is a point of clarity that I wanted, because to be transparent, I did not visit out there. I know the mayor did, I know several aldermen did that I had conversations with. However, it did come to my attention that there was litigation. It's not litigation, it's city court that's going on right now. Can we even entertain any of this with that being ongoing in city court, or do we have to leave it alone until that's settled?
We could have a constitutional class on the executive power and the judicial power, but I wouldn't be the professor, Mr. McGill. Thank goodness we have, I think, come up with what we believe is a workable solution. And if we're wrong about that, he still has a protected right to pursue his relief through the planning commission and the board of aldermen.
Satisfied with
So if I hear you correctly, by no vote on the veto stands.
Yes.
Correct.
And then, so we're moving, do we need a motion? I don't think there's a motion needed then.
Make a motion to
Going
take no
forward?
action.
No,
No? Just go forward?
Timmy, I don't think we take any action.
Okay.
The veto is on record now.
So we
The
just move
correction, we have a path forward with a correction, and we just move on to the next item. Am I correct, sir?
That's
Yes.
fine.
And I think moving forward also, if this situation arises again, it would be prudent for us to say, if someone comes in last minute like that came in, to say, we're going to review this and take this up to the next meeting rather than trying to push it through. We need to take our time.
I will readily admit that as that discussion took place 2 weeks ago, I did not appreciate and fully comprehend when he came to the podium and asked for relief, that it was, as it appeared on the minutes, going to be in the form of a variance, and that set off an alarm in my head that we needed to procedurally clean this up, gentlemen.
So,
Yeah.
Steve,
So I apologize for the confusion.
no, thank you.
No
And I know Mr. Luke's here, so we need to explain to him just what happened
I'll be
tonight
happy
and let him know that we're moving forward
Not foreclosing his right whatsoever.
so that, okay.
I'll be happy to do that.
All right, thank you, Steve. All right, next item is a grant Friends of Mississippi Libraries. I think that's an $800 grant. I think that was put on the agenda, but I don't know what it's,
It's just for you to execute the grant.
okay. So, I think it asked for the board president, library board, if you don't have one.
You don't have one.
So we got to look into who would be the next one to be able to sign that $800. So it's just a grant for $800 that goes towards the library?
I'll make a motion that we accept it.
We got a motion,
Second.
second. Any
Let's
discussion?
say, at the bottom, you can either wait until you have an interim director or the president or chair of your board of trustees. So
And I
you
think
can
it's
sign.
that board. I don't know if that's, I read that too, but I don't know if it's our board
Talking about
or their board.
Yeah.
So,
Gotcha.
but anyway, we got approval to go forward, so we'll work it on that, even if we have to wait till our new director's on board. All right, all in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. From the mayor's office,
Wait, number 12 and 13.
I'm sorry, 12 and 13. Can I get a motion to discuss water valves?
Motion.
Second.
We got a motion second.
This is just a quick discussion. After that major water break yesterday, my hat's off to those men. They worked tirelessly down there to repair that. I think it would be wise for us, along with utility partners, to kind of map out where all the major water valves are throughout the city. For instances like this, they were down there, 14 hours? If we had mapped out where all the valves are, we could have isolated that section, shut it completely down, and turned it into a 2-hour fix. Yes, it does put people out of water for a couple hours, but those people had virtually no water pressure for 15 hours. Yeah, I think it'd help the citizens and H2O with these repairs.
All right, so I guess we'll have to get and David, is that a feasible solution? Is that something that we have existing valves that shut off certain areas?
Oh, certainly, and I know Public Works would be aware, there's certainly valves that we can use to control segments of the city, but a lot of that
I think your
info is
motion is
very
to
difficult
identify-
to get your hands around. It doesn't-
And that's what I was saying, if we could find a way to put it together
Right next to
where
the Ten Commandments.
it's easily accessible
And the clue.
whenever a main breaks in a certain
What would
area.
that process, how do you find it without, do you have to dig for them, or?
No, a lot of riding around and looking.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of them that are out of the roads, you would have to dig for. They should be on old plans, but,
We have a lot of old plans that we do go
Yes.
by, but there's some areas that, I mean, those valves, they may or may not still be there.
Then I think what we can do is.
I don't think we need to take any action,
Yeah,
just.
So-
we just
just-
asking him to look
yes.
into that possibility and start to identify these valves, so that when we do have a case, like we had, everything froze, so.
Well, not only yesterday, but I'll give you a prime example. When we were redoing Jeff Davis Avenue, the intersection there at Klondike, or AKA Pineville and Jeff Davis, we had an issue, David, remind me, where we were trying to turn off water for just a certain area, but it cut off Walgreens and the car wash.
Yeah, you know.
And we ended up having to go further
We
out.
ended up having to install a valve on that one, if I remember
We
correctly.
had to install, if I recall correctly, 3 valves. So we found like a spaghetti, the system kind of gets cobbled together over time.
Oh, it does.
And you think you've got everything, and you turn off that main, and you find out, well, that didn't kill everything. And so we ended up having to work on a number of valves there for that.
I guess what I would do, with different ways that we can minimize the impact. As we go through and we identify valves, can we get it located so that from here on out, we know what this valve does as we work through our systems? We don't have it all on day one, but eventually, we'll be able to hopefully fully.
We can certainly partner with, we have some GPS, GIS capabilities. We've already done a lot of that in the times past when AT&T was here putting fiber optics. So we can certainly partner with Public Works as they find things, we can go tag them. That can be done.
All right, appreciate it. All right, now we're going to go to,
13.
this is, number 13, for the resolution for the Harrison County.
Yes, sir. Mr. Mayor, Alderman, 2 weeks ago, the board directed me to prepare a resolution which authorized the city to propose participating in the Harrison County, the Long Beach Public Library System to participate and be incorporated into the Harrison County Library System. This resolution authorizes that for the reasons we talked about: efficiency, programming, expansion of materials, et cetera. This resolution authorizes us to negotiate and discuss with the county library system an interlocal or participation agreement, and subject to a mutually agreeable participation and interlocal agreement, the City of Long Beach Public Library would then become part of the Harrison County Library System, but not until then.
Okay, gotcha. All right, do we have a motion?
I'll have motion.
And
No.
a second? Do I have a second?
Second.
Authorize, any discussion? All in favor? Is there a roll call on this one?
Yes, sir, it's a
No,
roll
that-
call.
The roll call's on veto, I believe.
It's a roll call, and this
Roll
one's a
call.
resolution.
All right, roll call.
Aye.
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 Motion passes. The next one is departmental business. We jumped the gun a little bit at the last meeting when we appointed Miss Sandy Delaney to the school board. We need to do it. It says the first meeting in February is when we're supposed to do it, so if I could entertain a motion just to.
Oh, Patrick
Yeah.
needs to
And
be
Patrick,
shown.
So can I entertain the motion in a second to appoint Miss Sandy Delaney to the school board?
I move that we appoint Ms. Delaney to the school board for another term.
Motion? Got a second? Pete?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries.
Come on back.
The next one is personnel, fire department, one part-time hire, one resignation. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Got a motion, second, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. City clerk,
We have nothing.
all right. Fire department,
I have nothing to add tonight.
all right. Police department,
No report tonight.
all right. Engineer. We've been looking, David, myself, and others have been looking, and MICWE, ARPA funds. Just a little, before we go into the detail, just understand, so the way this works is when we go out and we go after a water and sewer project, the deal is we have right now, half of it's paid for by ARPA, half of it's paid by MICWE. So what we got to do is we got to understand, the ARPA funds don't really have a restriction on it. So we've got to make sure that even though it's only a 50% match, it is something that we need to do. And I asked David to come up with some projects that he felt was in need. So David, if you want to kind of talk about those particular projects that you put on here, and if the board has any questions on it.
Absolutely. Rosalie subdivision is up off of Paula Drive. That's just a subdivision that's got some rear yard drainage on the south side of the subdivision, and it's got, Public Works is out there regularly maintaining that. It's failing, causing sinkholes and that sort of thing. That would be a really good project to take some major load off of Public Works. Pinecrest, if I'd actually spoken with Alderman Jeffrey about this, there's definite drainage issue there in the northeastern corner of the Pinecrest subdivision. That road is, if you've been there, you've seen, it's in really poor shape. And we've done some investigation with Public Works, and ultimately that seems to boil back to failing drainage that crosses that cul-de-sac. And so this project would fix that drainage and do road repair there. The third project is the Pineville Daughtery drainage improvements. This is a project that the previous administration moved forward to do. And due to funding issues, the city, really kind of just held back on that, but it's there at the corner, the northeast corner of Pineville and Daughtery, across Danny's, and maybe even south of Pineville in the ditch there next to Quipple Quail driveway. And so again, that's a project that we've looked at doing and just pulled back on from a funding perspective. And then there are 3 pump stations that really are kind of all the same character. You've got, and I think we've got 75 pump stations in the city. And these are some of the 3 worst ones. I mean, we could probably stand to do 20 or 30 more. But Latil, Parkwood, and Daughtery Apartments, which is actually a public pump station. It's called Daughtery Apartments because it's right there in that area, but it serves Sunshine Drive, which is off of Klondike, north of Canal 2. And then there are some pony hydrants, which are just hydrants that are not up to really modern spec that the city's got throughout its system, that replacing those would put the fire department in a much better position to be able to fight fire in the area and that sort of thing. And they've provided a list. The list is probably 100, but we kind of worked with them and got down to maybe 15 or 20 of them in the most critical areas. So really, that's what all of these are about. And as the mayor said, the funding is really, you spend your money and you get reimbursed 50% of the total project cost, and you have to spend one to get one. Things like putting in insert valves or something, what happened yesterday, we could identify that as a project and go forward and do that. The key element of this is the project, the sunset is September 30. So if we're going to do anything, we got to start right now. And that's design, bid, build, get done by September 30, which is really part of the reason that there's maybe not more projects on here, is that some of these, we really kind of have to pick projects that we could get into this time frame.
Are these in your priority? Are they prioritized in order of importance that you see?
They're really kind of more grouped. Drainage and then water project and sewer. I think they're all of them are important. We think they're all doable. As I said, there's way more than this. I think if we had to pick, if the city had to pick something, we could probably come back next week, which ultimately that's what this is. If y'all want us to go forward, then what we're suggesting is we'll continue to make sure this is actually feasible. I'm talking calling suppliers, saying, can you provide this pipe in a short enough time frame? Can you provide pump station control panels in a short enough time frame to get this done? We could come back at the next meeting with a priority listing if you don't want to do all of them. But ultimately, if you want to move with any of them, then the next meeting, we would be coming to you guys with contracts to move forward with design and all the survey, everything we're going to need to get these to bidding.
The only concern I have is, so everybody knows we got the 3.6 million FEMA funds for the harbor. However, FEMA doesn't pay until the project's completed. So in between start time and finish time, we have to pick up the bill and we have to pay the contractors. That's my only concern about, spending that money that may help us be able to fund the remaining part of our harbor. So I would say y'all think about it and hopefully for the next meeting, we can't do them all.
When's the cutoff date, David, again?
The project's really, brick and mortar has to be done by September 30.
That means close out, all but close out.
All but, yeah, you
Has
could
to
still
be
be
complete.
buttoning up the administrative side.
It's
Okay.
the same time frame we're gonna be doing.
Simultaneous, yeah.
Yeah, so you roll the dice.
Well, I was going to interrupt and just say, I don't think it's about priority. Now, at this point in time, it's about affordability.
Yeah, it is. That's exactly
What
right.
can we afford?
There's such a thing as biting off more than you can chew.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that's where I get back into the priority of these items here. Which one, if we have to do something now, like we had talked earlier, if within a year or 2 years, this is gonna have to be done, then in that time frame, if we don't do it now, we're gonna pay 100%.
Right.
Where right now, we're only having to pay 50%. So that's where I'd like to see, rank these projects and say, hey, if you don't do something now, within 2 years, you're gonna have to. And then that would kind of help us make our decision. And we could go back to like we talked, we could replace lift stations, the 3 stations that you talked about. Those are the worst of the worst, and in 2 years, we're going to have to replace it. But then
Well-
it's gonna be 100% of our,
So,
on us.
so last-ditch effort, and by no means am I suggesting this, but I'm also going, in your scenario, hey, you're gonna either do it today or do it next year. And if it's something along that lines, we may have to look at borrowing the money, knowing that we're gonna get 50% back now, but if you wait till next year.
That's false
you're-
economy, yeah.
Yeah, you know, I mean, by no means do I want to borrow any money, but I don't think we have any debt services right now. If it becomes a priority, David, I think that's what we need to just look at the reality of some of these projects as well.
The only concern I would have is, like, September 1 on any of these is gonna be.
Oh, it's gonna be tight.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I don't see how it can,
The fear would be you spend the money, borrow them, whatever, and then you don't finish.
And
you
we
get
don't make the deadline.
it all.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, and in the same way, if we wait till next year and go, oh, by the way.
And I'm
you
just
know-
saying, I'm not
Oh, I'm
against it,
with you
I'm
there,
just saying
Patrick. I agree. This
that
is the
seems
tough
like a
decision
pretty
there.
quick
Yeah.
turnaround.
David, is there any way when you're prioritizing these to individually look at each one of these jobs and say, realistically, this is a 2-month job? I mean, that helps out a little bit. As further this drags out, the closer September 1 comes or 30th comes down the line.
Absolutely. We spent some time planning all of that out, plotting that out internally before we even wrote this letter, saying, if we move today, we could get these done, but it's going to be tight. Some of them are a whole lot the pump station jobs are a whole lot easier to get done in time.
I
Because,
think the pump stations are very important. When they go down, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
costs us a lot of
And
money.
you know, we just had that blowout that we had last night. How long is that blowout gonna last? Is there other parts of that pipe that's fixing to do the same thing? And do we need to spend our money on a pipe that we know is failing? And this may be part of that funding because it is water. And we know we got an issue. We know it's got aged pipe because it bursted already. So, I mean, we got to get this right. However we spend our money, we got to get it right. And I'm going to rely, like I told, I'm going to rely a lot on your recommendations going forward. So can we do a little more homework and then come back with?
if it's okay, what this letter suggested was to spend the next 2 weeks continuing to vet whether these projects could actually be completed and then bring proposed contracts to you guys to get started.
sounds good, David. Yeah, I
So-
like that.
I make a motion
I would
to
agree,
move forward
I
with
would agree.
investigating.
I would agree with that, David, with the criteria when you come back being the worst-case scenario of what you've got on the list in conjunction with what can be finished without a doubt in time.
Clearly, that's, okay, understood and agreed.
Put in another factor, that was good. Put in another factor in saying on these projects, if we don't do it now, within 2 years we are.
That,
That's
that,
a
Because
good
some of
point,
these
yeah.
could push it out, and it could be 5, 10 years out.
Yeah,
We'll wait 5 or 10 years.
understood.
All right, good.
I'll make a motion to move forward.
We got a
with-
motion, second, any more discussion, all in favor?
aye.
Opposed, motion carries. The next one is a change order on Briarwood and Parkwood.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
We got a motion, second, discussion. David, if you want to, it's pretty self-explanatory by his letter. We undersized some of the pipes.
Yeah.
So we're going to get back on track on it. It's going to cost us more, but there again, these are under the ARPA, MICWE type funding, so
Right.
if it does go up, we're still covered.
But at the end, we'll wait till the end, the closeout, we could end up not paying any more or less, you know.
Yeah.
So that's why we accept it now and then we move on.
All right, so the motion is to accept the change order.
Yes, sir.
All in favor?
Aye.
All
Aye.
opposed? Motion carries. Let's see, do we have, Public Works?
Nothing else to report.
Job well done last night.
Thank y'all, Mike.
Super job.
Recreation?
One moment, can you just briefly give the board an update on the phone call you and I had the other day regarding the signage that we brought up 2 weeks ago?
It's $90 a sign from one company. I am waiting on to hear back from 2 other companies that I have sent it to. Have not heard anything yet.
And did you come up with a total number of signs yet? Okay.
And just for their,
The season's imminent.
Yeah, it's gonna be probably right around 20, 25.
And just a little heads up on our, if you would talk about the senior citizens, about closing down the,
Oh, well, we will be shutting down the pottery, painting, ceramic part of seniors for a couple of weeks. Our lady that runs that department is having to have shoulder surgery, so she will not be there. This is something that the city buys the materials, then the seniors, as they use them, pay back. So we're really not out any money, but we can't get lost in what is owed and what's not with nobody there.
so that, if anybody calls you complaining, that's why we're doing this. Thank you. Anything else? Building office.
Think good.
Good in the building office. Harbor?
Good.
Community affairs? Good. All right, derelict properties, I see none. Report from the city attorney?
Mr. Mayor, we request executive session to discuss litigation between Long Beach Harbor Resorts and the city of Long Beach.
Make a motion to go in executive
We got a
session.
motion to.
I'll second it.
We got a second, all in favor? Come out of executive session.
Motion.
Second.
No action taken.
No action. Well,
Yeah, no action
no
taken
action
back there,
taken.
you're right.
Do we have any more?
I'd like to make a motion to allow council to investigate and associate co-counsel in regards to the litigation.
We got a motion on the
Second.
table. We got a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Next, can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you all.